Okay, I have to confess something I've basically never told anyone. For years, I could not figure out why some men were an instant obsession for me, while other guys, who were amazing on paper, did literally nothing for me. It was driving me insane. I went on dates with men who were kind, successful, good-looking, and I would feel nothing. We'd have a perfectly pleasant dinner, he'd ask all the right questions, he'd pay the bill, and the entire time I would just be thinking about my to-do list for tomorrow. I'd go home, give a polite, well, thanks, and then never, ever think about them again. It felt like my attraction meter was broken. Then, one guy came along and did 3 specific things that completely broke my brain and made me want him, and only him. And I'm telling you, it had nothing to do with being a stereotypical nice guy. He wasn't buying me insane gifts or texting me good morning and good night every single day. It was something a million times deeper, a million times more powerful that he was doing. And for months, I couldn't even put my finger on what it was. It was just a feeling of being completely seen and completely electrified at the same time. And let me be 100% clear, this is not about manipulation or playing mind games. It is the exact opposite. This is about building a connection so real, so genuine, it feels addictive in the best way possible. This isn't about learning pickup lines, it's about learning a new language of connection. These are the behaviors that create insane, lasting desire because they tap into the secret wiring of female attraction. So I am going to reveal exactly what those 3 behaviors were and why they are so unbelievably effective. First, we have to destroy a huge myth right now. Being a good, kind person is the bare minimum. That's your ticket to enter the game, not the grand prize. So many guys think attraction is a vending machine. They put niceness coins in, and obsession is supposed to pop right out. I'm here to tell you that machine is broken. For so many of us, our brains just don't work that way. Why? Because niceness without substance is like a movie with no plot. It's pleasant, but forgettable. Deep, can't stop thinking about you attraction almost never sparks just because a man is agreeable. In fact, when a guy is only nice, it can accidentally signal weakness. It's the guy who asks, "What do you want to do?" And you say, "I don't know, what do you want to do?" And he just says, "Whatever you want." It seems sweet, but what it really communicates is that he has no opinion, no drive, no world of his own. A woman doesn't want a guy who just agrees with everything she says. She wants a man with his own mission, his own life, who invites her into his exciting world. The kind of attraction I'm talking about, the kind that has you replaying conversations on a loop, is built on a crazy powerful mix of 2 things: feeling 100% safe and feeling 100% excited. Think of it like this. An incredible relationship is both a safe harbor and a grand adventure. All safety, and it's boring. You feel like you're dating your brother. All adventure, and it's chaos. You're anxious and insecure. But when you can become both her safe harbor and her adventure, that's when you become absolutely irresistible. Behavior number 1 is the foundation for everything, and almost no one gets this right. I call it radical emotional validation, and I don't just mean nodding while she talks. Most people hear words, but very few people listen to the emotion underneath. Emotional validation is when you see, acknowledge, and accept her feelings as 100% real, even if you don't understand them or agree with them. I will never forget the moment this happened to me. I was ranting to him about a crazy, frustrating day at work where my boss took credit for my idea. Before him, men would have immediately gone into a Mr. Fix-It mode. I would get a list of unsolicited advice. You should just talk to your boss's boss. Or, next time, send a recap email to document everything. That advice, however well-intentioned, always made me feel worse. It made me feel like my emotional reaction was the problem, not the situation. But he did something else entirely. He just listened. He didn't interrupt. When I finished, he paused for a second, looked at me, and said, "Wow, that sounds incredibly frustrating. I can completely see why you'd feel so undervalued and angry in that situation." In that 1 second, something in my brain literally rewired itself. Boom! I didn't need him to solve my problem, I just needed him to understand my feeling. By simply validating my emotion, he made me feel this insane level of trust and closeness. He wasn't an outsider trying to solve a puzzle. He was in the emotional trench with me, on my team. That is how you build a real, unbreakable connection. It is more powerful than any compliment on earth. It's the ultimate anti-gaslighting weapon. Gaslighting says, "You're crazy," or "You're overreacting." Radical validation says, "Your reaction is perfectly understandable given what happened. I get it." One creates distance and makes a woman feel alone. The other builds a bridge directly to her heart. It's pure emotional intimacy. Okay, we're about to get to behavior number 2, and this one is a total game changer. This is where we add the spark. But first, I have to know. Have you ever felt that? That click of being completely and totally understood by someone? Tell me your story in the comments. And if you're getting value from this confession, do me a favor and destroy that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. All right, you built the foundation of safety with emotional validation. Now it's time to add the fire. Behavior number 2 is the playful challenge. This is the spark. This is the tension. This is what will keep you out of the friend zone forever. A playful challenge is not about being a jerk or negging her. It is a high-level confidence move. It's about showing you have your own strong personality and that you see her as an equal you can have fun sparring with. It's a type of teasing that shows you are not intimidated by her. It shows you're not a people pleaser. I remember he would playfully call me out on my obsession with horrible reality TV. He wouldn't say, "That's stupid." He would say with a smirk, "I can't believe a brilliant woman like you spends her time watching that glorious trash. You have to defend this to me right now." It made me laugh and launch into a passionate, funny defense. He'd challenge my opinion on a movie, not to fight, but to start a fun debate. It was absolutely thrilling. The psychology on why this works is insane. It proves you are not a pushover. You aren't so desperate for her approval that you'll agree with everything she says. That screams confidence. It shows you value your own thoughts, which makes her value you infinitely more. Women are magnetically drawn to men who have a strong sense of self and aren't afraid to stand their ground in a fun, calibrated way. It creates this incredible, dynamic, flirtatious energy. It's a dance. You're not trying to attack her, you're inviting her to play. It's the difference between, "That's a dumb opinion," which is an insult, and "There is no way you think that's the best movie of the year. We have to debate this right now," said with a huge grin. When you layer this playful challenge on top of that insane safety from step 1, it creates a magnetic pull that is impossible to ignore. She feels safe with you, but also incredibly excited by you. And that is ridiculously attractive. And finally, behavior number 3. This is the final boss. This is what takes a fun crush and turns it into a deep, lasting obsession. I call it authentic future projection. This is when you casually and subtly paint a picture of a future that includes her, without making insane, over-the-top promises. This is where so many guys crash and burn. They either say nothing about the future, which creates massive anxiety and makes a woman wonder, is this going anywhere? Or they do something even worse. They future fake. That's where they talk about marriage and kids on date 3, not because they mean it, but as a manipulative tactic to get you hooked. Authentic future projection is the opposite. It's real, it's small, and it's casual. It shows up in tiny little moments. It's him saying, "Oh, I know this amazing hiking spot I've been dying to check out. We have to go next month when the weather is perfect." Or, after discovering a shared love for a certain band, "They're coming to town in the fall. I'll grab us tickets as soon as they go on sale." It can even be a simple joke like, "Next time we get pizza, I'm not letting you pick the toppings again. I'm taking charge." These little comments are unbelievably powerful. They are planting seeds. They signal that he sees this as more than just a one-time thing. He's making small, concrete plans. He's thinking in we terms. It tells her, without a terrifying, high-pressure "what are we?" talk, that he's invested and sees her sticking around. The key is that the plans are believable and low pressure. It's not, "I'm flying you to Paris next spring," when you just met. It's, "Let's check out that new coffee shop that opened down the street next week." One feels like a trap or a fantasy. The other feels like an exciting, real next step. This makes a woman feel secure enough to relax, open up, and let that initial spark of attraction grow into a full-blown, healthy obsession. So there you have it. That's my confession. That's the 3-part formula that completely changes everything. It was never just one behavior, but the insane, powerful combination of all 3 working together that made this one man unforgettable. First, there was the radical emotional validation. He built an unbelievable foundation of trust and safety by making me feel completely seen and understood. He didn't try to fix my problems. He sat in the feeling with me. Then, on top of that safety, he added the playful challenge. This brought in the fire, the spark, and the flirtatious tension. It proved he was a confident man with his own mind who saw me as his equal. And finally, the authentic future projection took that incredible connection and gave it a direction. It took away all the anxiety and made me feel secure that this amazing thing we were building had a future. This is not a checklist of cheap tricks. It's a blueprint for building an unstoppable, healthy connection. It's about becoming the man she feels safe with, challenged by, and excited about a future with. When you can master this combination, you stop being just another guy she's dating. You become the man she can't stop thinking about. You become the gold standard against which all other men are measured.